Hello, I'm Maxine Spencer, and this is my Lab 1 lab report. So for this experiment, of course, I went in Tracker, and I moved my whistle for lifeguarding across a table, and I tracked that for my width thing. For my scaler, I used a pen that is 5 inches long, and so that was my scaling factor. And then I used the point thing to track the movement across. For this, there was, of course, some human error. My Y in this has some mild downward trajectory, but that was mostly due to the angle of my camera. However, that is certainly a source of potential error. The lab overall resulted in showing that with respect to the x coordinates, I had a very good linear graph, both that made sense both for what the tracker gave me and for what my glow script code gave me. So first, getting into what I did for tracker, I suppose I already sort of explained it, but the concept is tracking an object that's moving with constant velocity based on, of course, Newton's second law. So since the net force is 0 after the first pull, the thing moves at a constant velocity, hence the x going in a linear direction. Mine, I had moved to the left. That was just what I did. And so that's why it is a downward trajectory. And for my glow script code, I did, this was, or oopsies, here. This is my code. The things I edited were my initial position was here. Since there was, this may have been the wrong call, but since there were issues with the Y being kind of wonky, I just set that to 0 because it was frankly fairly negligible, and also human error with me tapping with the little thing, the precision pointer or whatever it was called. And then of course, this force net is 0 because it's a constant velocity. And I used these kinematics. So basically the ball position equals initial ball position plus ball times, plus the velocity times the change in time. And then velocity is velocity plus acceleration times time, which acceleration is 0 due to Newton's second law. Then for my Excel spreadsheet, this is another issue. Because I was pasting it in from Tracker, and Tracker had it in reverse order for some reason. I do have this for both. I made sure to do it for both, but it is time unit 1 is at the bottom, and time unit 44 is at the top. And then, but in terms of what they were here, it was almost accurate, but it seemed to be about 1 off for everything, which was interesting to see. So that, once again, might have come down to some human error with me pulling on the string, that I wasn't able to get it at a perfect velocity. And then, again, for Y, I just, for my script, had made it where Y is 0, because that was what it was supposed to be, even though with my pulling it, that was mildly problematic. And then, sorry, hold on. Yes. So that is the entirety of my lab for the tracker. Oh, hold on, let me show you the video. So that is how it gets tracked. Thank you. This has been my lab report.